Hello, welcome to Wardrobe School. Welcome to my embroidering live. For the first time, I'm doing this, so bear with me. This is going to be a little experimental, but let's see. It seems like it's good, right? Hello, hello. I'm just making sure it's on Instagram. Look, on Instagram is a little hard for you to see everything. Join YouTube if you, because Instagram crops it, right? Let me be more like that. But I'll share my table, but it'll be better if you watch on YouTube, okay? So let's see. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm gonna share my screen. Here it is. And so this is the embroidery I'm doing. It's a shirt. Hold on. It's like a button-up shirt. Look. And you know how I do the woman in the park? You probably have seen it, right? And she carries flowers. So I already did her, and I'm gonna do the flowers now. That's what we're gonna do live. Oh, let me pull up the comments. If you're watching, say hello, please. If you have questions, isso, go to YouTube, Tanya. My YouTube, the link is on my bio on Instagram. If you're on Instagram, just click on the bio. And if you're watching the replay, I'm sorry that the beginning is a little crazy because, I never done this. It's a little funny. So I never done embroidering on this machine live. Okay, so what I've done is, look, I changed the, I took the hoop off and I'm gonna put it on where the flowers are. You see in a second here. See, there are flowers. So what I usually do, and I like this, like, you can do whatever you want when it comes to your own work. But for my work, I like to mix my own drawings. I'm not good at drawing. I just draw things like I feel like it's going to be okay. And I have fun with it. Uh, and then I mix with pre-made prints, things I find online, or I collect a bunch of those iron-on designs. And this is one of them. So the woman here is my own drawing. And then the flower is like one of those transfer. It's like a little book that has a lot of flower transfers, and I bought off of eBay. They're old. Not all of them work. Hi, Marge. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining. So we're embroidering, and I'm doing on my industrial machine because everyone always asks me, how do you do this? How do you do the zigzag? And today you're gonna see, okay? The motor is a little noisy, so guys, bear with me. Bear with me the whole thing. Because also this machine is a little dangerous, so I have to focus. When I start embroidering, I'm not gonna talk much, all right? Then I'll stop to look at your comments. But I have to focus, otherwise I cut my fingers. I don't wanna cut my fingers. And so what the difference of, all machines do that. By the way, I have a course. I have an embroidery course where I teach how to do all sorts of embroidery, applique, and quilting on a regular machine, on a domestic machine. And when you graduate from that course, you can then move on to this one. You could get one of those. It's the same thing. The only difference is that this one regulates the zigzag on the knee. So I have a knee. Let's see if without this light is better. I think it's better for you to see. Yeah. The knee, where on the industrial machine, usually the knee lever is to raise the foot, right? You move your knee and then you raise the foot. On this one, it has two options, and you can set it up to regulate the zigzag, the width of the zigzag. And that's what I do. And that's why when you see my videos, I'm embroidering and I open and close the zigzag. You see now. All right, so what I did now, I stretched really well. So when I do like very fine fabrics, I try to not stretch too much because it can rip the fabric apart. But this is linen. It's a linen shirt. It's actually like, it's a thrift thing, you know, it's a Ralph Lauren linen shirt. And so ideally, to be easy, I like to tell my students the fabric, you know, the machine likes as if it's like paper. So if it's very stretched and you know, like a surface that's like smooth, like paper would be ideal, right? But not all fabrics you can stretch a lot, so I just go with the fabric. This one's good. Also, when you do that, try to not change look at the grain of the fabric, because if you embroider on a fabric that's like wonky, the embroidery will be wonky too. I think now it's good. All right, so I'm gonna change. Here are the colors I'm gonna use. Look, this like rose, and then red, green, and yellow. All right, I'm gonna start from the green. And for the sake of the video, I'm just gonna do one color green. Sometimes I do leaves with different greens, but this time I'll just do this one. Hi, Lily. Thank you for joining. Again, if you're watching on Instagram and you want to see the whole picture, go to YouTube, because Instagram crops the image. I'm changing the thread right now. I use this brown one to do the woman, my doll. And now I'm going to put the green. I use mostly rayon thread because I always embroider on natural fabrics, and the rayon thread is softer. So, you know, for silk, for linen, the rayon used to be silk thread, right? But then they stopped making silk thread, and we use rayon. I also have polyester threads that I use, but it's I try to not use them. Only when I'm gonna do like something very big on a thick fabric, then I use the polyester. Okay, so I went through the needle. I'm gonna turn on the machine. The motor is a little noisy. And so I'm gonna start, let's see, I'm gonna do up here. I'm gonna do this stem here. And guys, I'm gonna do this until like, I don't want the video to be too long, so I'll do, you know, up to a certain time. If it's not too long, I do the whole design. If not, I'll stop so you don't get bored, okay? All right, so see how I brought the thread up? This is very important. Every time you embroider, you bring the bottom thread up. And then I start with the just straight stitch. Put the needle down, and then I cut the thread, right? So it doesn't get tangled. And then I start. And this actually, I think, I want to go there to the leaf. So I'm gonna do this one. And you always have to watch for the position of the zigzag, right? So I go, look, then I do a little tiny zigzag for the stem. And then I can go on this leaf here. I'll just do like a little straight stitch. And then here I'm gonna follow, you know, my zigzag goes this way, right? So I'm gonna zigzag to the tip of the leaf. Look. Then I turn because the leaf has a different position. And that took me a minute to learn, but look, then I go the other way. And there it is, I got a leaf. Now I go to the other one, And always considering the zigzag. And this you could do in a regular machine. Just, you know, you just put the zigzag. You see how I open the zigzag, but I'm controlling this on my knee. Look. Right? Then I go like this. Then I close a little bit. And here I'll just do straight stitch to do the little stem on my leaf, the grains, the veins, right? All right, so that's that. Then now this is like a little flower that I can do. Let's see, somebody said something. Hi, Barbara. Thank you so much for sharing this today. How do you vary the? Yeah, Barbara. I vary the zigzag with my knee. The machine has there is a lever, and I go open and close the zigzag. If you wanna see better, go to YouTube. The link in the bio. Okay, so now there's this flower. See how it's like a, what do you call it? A baby flower. So I'm gonna do the leaves and then I'll do the petals later. And here's the thing, I do all greens first. That's something I learned from my teacher, that you're supposed to do the greens first because the flower goes on top of it, right? So then it doesn't show, because think of a flower with her leaves and her stems. You look at it and the flower is on top, right? You don't want the leaf to be on top of it unless the leaf is in the first plane and then you see first. But on embroidery, usually finish with the leaf, with the flower on top. That's why we start from the leaf, from the green. So I'm gonna do those little leaves. I always like to cut the extra thread so it doesn't. This is a leaf that I can do in one zigzag, look. Then I can do a little drawing here, like that. Right, and the rest is petals. So then I'll go to the other one here. I also always do a little straight stitch before. Because it locks in the stitch. Now zigzag. Turn. Then I'll do this one. Turn it. Then I'll continue the stem here, look. And this little flower has, look, a little, little leaf. There are 3 little leaves. Okay. Are you good? Not all, Marge, only the Singer 20U does that. It's like a special feature of this machine. Barbara, my question more specifically was how to vary width on a standard machine. Not a standard machine, just certain machines that have this feature. There's the Singer 20U and it has that feature. Okay? Just so you know. I know some people adapt sewing machines to do that. Um, and in Brazil, my mom's friend, he adapted a Singer for me. He just put a lever that I can control the zigzag with my knee. On a FAF 130, the old FAF is also possible, but you need some like guy that is into doing this, you know, some person who is a machine nerd or a mechanic. And I mean, like, this is it's fun to do this, but it's not necessary. You know, you can just do regular zigzag, regular straight. You can do a lot of amazing stuff with straight stitch only. We can do a live on a regular machine someday. I'll show you. I think it's getting dark. Yeah. So, you know, when I don't have this machine, I do by hand the zigzag, you know, in the thing on. When a machine has the settings like easy here for you to turn the button, it's easy. But it's a little sketchy because I have to hold it with the, hold on. So she's holding this thing. All right. You know, when you have, like when I do, because I'm used to it, I hold the hoop with my left hand and then I turn the button with the right hand, moving from straight to zigzag, which it requires experience. You know, I don't want to tell you to go and do that, but you can just stop and turn the zigzag and then, you know, it doesn't have to be all at the same time. This one is very practical, but also it's hard to learn. It took me like months to get used to this, and I'm still learning. Okay, now I have left those green ones here and then the big ones. The leaf you can also just look, and this is something you can totally do on your regular machine. You place a zigzag and you go like this. Then I'm used to do the straight stitch, right? But you could do, if you do on a side way like this, you can just place the wide zigzag and do it, look. All right, now the big leaf. And you know, there's one type I decided to make like open like this because we're doing live and it's light, it's easy, but you can also fill in the leaf. So you can just go and you know, do another zigzag here. You can put another color, make like a darker color, or even a yellow in the center or blue. You know, if you're a painter, this is an amazing thing for painters because you can do shades and shadows and things. It's beautiful. Oh, broke the thread. Are you guys good? Nice, nice. No questions. And this shirt actually has it's one of those that I put a bunch of designs on the same shirt. So I have the other side of the shirt to do. And this is all because I'm doing like a shop drop next week and then I have a market. So I'm making a bunch of stuff. Oh no. Sometimes it acts up. Now the thread, you know, I learned how to recognize the problems, but and here's the thing, every time something goes wrong, you just go and embroider on top of it. Because then you don't need to take it apart. This should be more like this. I think I'm done with the green. Yeah, so now I'm gonna switch to red color. I was thinking, actually, I think I'm gonna do this in pink. This like rose pink, because it's lighter. Hi, Robin. I'm late. So sorry for address this already. How are you switching? Yeah, I did address it. What it is the machine has this feature, so I control the zigzag with the knee lever. Jane, is it just the light that makes the thread look like two colors of green? It's the light. It's the reflect. Look, the reflex, right? Sometimes I do use two colors, two shades of green, because it's cool. Like in nature, there's many different shades, right? But this time I'm just using one. I'm just using this color. I don't want to touch anything so it doesn't shake. I think I can finish, right? Yeah, it's another like 15, 20 minutes, we finish. So then I crop all the thread. Why I keep saying crop? I trim all the threads. And now I can go over with the pink, right? So there are many ways to do flowers. Look, this is let me grab the pink. And I don't know if you guys notice, for you guys who are asking about the machine, right? Did you notice how I don't have a foot? Look, it's just the needle because I had the guy removing the bar of the foot. So then I don't have anything here and I also don't need to be lifting the foot as I embroider, you know? It's just an embroidery machine at this point. If I want to, I can replace the foot, but this is like an industrial Singer zigzag people use for, you know, clothing or for, I've seen a lot of people who use this machine for boat work, you know, boat stuff. Okay, so when you do flowers, you can do in different positions, like different designs. I like to do a full flower, but for this design, I think I'm just gonna do the contour as well with a zigzag. So, and every time you're embroidering with zigzag, always think about how wide, no, how the position of the zigzag is, right? Because it goes like this. It's like parallel to my body, and it goes sideways. And that's how I get the full, it's like a satin stitch, right? And that's how it goes full like this. So then, but you can go sideways, like I could do on a flower, going like this, and then go all the way like this and like that, and then fill it in. But for this one, I'm gonna do zigzag like this. So I just do like the full, and I finish here, and then I go there, and then I do those veins, okay? And then I always start with a straight stitch so it locks in. Cut it, and then I'll do just like a little narrow zigzag. Look. Then I enlarge here, narrow down. Yeah. Then here I'll start from this part. Look. Turn. You see how it's parallel to my body, so it's doing the... It's a lot of fun. It's not the easiest thing to learn, but once you do it, you get obsessed. Look. See how here I didn't close the zigzag. I don't know if you can see, but you probably can't. It's not very satin, so sometimes I have to watch for that. And this has all to do with the movement that I'm doing with my hands, right? As I move the hoop. Look, now if I go slowly, I get more of a satin stitch. That's it. Then I'll do the little veins here. Okay. Now I'll draw yellow here after for the center of the flower, but now I'm gonna do those little ones here. How do you call a small flower, a baby flower? Robin, did it take did he take out the feed dogs too? No, no, the feed dogs, I removed them. I have them. So I just unscrew them so the machine doesn't have feed dogs. It's a button, right? Of a small flower. Look. In Portuguese is a button. So I bet in English is the same. And I think that one is yellow, right? So I'll do yellow. The center of the button. My flowers are all kind of like imaginary, so I don't care. I do whatever I feel like. No one ever complained. No one ever said like, wow, this is wrong. See, there's a satin stitch. And if I do fast, it will be better looking. Look, how pretty. Now I have this other button, and then the finishing. Oops. That. Then I show you the image at the end. So now just the yellow. I'm gonna clean it up. Cut the extra threads. Right, and I'm gonna use the yellow. I keep them on those little bags because otherwise they get all tangled. So this is gonna be the yellow for the center of my flowers. A bud. Thank you, Jane. Okay, a flower bud. It's like a plant, right? English class. What color and type of the bobbin thread? Barbara, I always use white thread unless I'm doing, I use like those, like this, serger thread because it's cheaper. All the job of the thread, the bottom thread, is to hold the embroidery together. So it's not like in sewing that it needs to be strong, It just holds the top of the thread. And since the thread on top is weak because it's rayon, look, it breaks really easily. So then the bottom thread is just to hold it together. I use usually white or off-white. And then when I'm embroidering on something black, if it's a dark fabric and I'm embroidering a clear fabric, if it's regular fabric like linen or, I just keep the bobbin I have. But if I do like on organza or, something that's see-through, then I put the black fabric also underneath because then you can see through. Look, the last one, the yellow. So for the bud, thank you, Jane, for the chip. For the bud, I think this is yellow. I'm not sure, but I'll do yellow because at least it gives a little extra color. Probably not, but it's fine. And then this little one here. Oh, how cute. And then for the center one, because I did the flower, sometimes I do cross like this, or sometimes I do full, I could just do like a whole like round thing. But because I did just the contour of the petals, I'm also gonna do just a contour of the center here, which, look. And voila. So now, before I finish everything, I make sure everything is done because I've forgotten many times, and to put back on the hoop takes time. So then I just make sure everything is done. I cut the thread. And later I'll iron it, but I always iron on the back side because you don't want it to smash, like to flatten. It will always flatten a little, but I don't want to do it straight on the thread. And hold on, I'm gonna show you. Look, that's the machine, by the way, if you see. if you're interested. So then this is the plate that we add to, so then the zigzag fits. Look, and when I open the knee, it moves, you see? So it goes from one side to the other side. The machine also has buttons here that I can make it fix. So say I'm gonna do a zigzag that's a big time one, you know, a long design that's the same width, I just fix the width. Let me be back. All right, I hope you liked it. Let me show you and turn this off. It's pretty. Thank you, Lily. It's so fun. I love doing this. Oh, my mom also finished something she wants to show. So my mom is right across from me sewing, and she's like, I finished it. Look. That's a bonus. Oh, and this one? Tá, she wants to show her stuff, okay, guys? But let me show you my... That's a Selena impromptu. This. And this is all she does all day here with me. Patchwork. And this. And this one that I really love, look. It's like an infinitum. This. Okay, someday we'll do a live just showing my mom's work. Look how cute. Pera aí, mãe, que eu vou mostrar o meu aqui, aí no final eu mostro, tá? Hold on, I'm gonna show mine for you. Oh, elas estão falando. She said, thank you, look like so much fun. How wonderful to share the skill. I know, she's here. Não, vem aqui pra ela te ver. Cuidado. Look, she's gonna show up. Yay! Olha lá.
Hey!
That wasn't planned, guys. She wants to show. Não, você não consegue ver elas. Não, um monte de gente assistindo, mãe. Tá ao vivo. Okay, so this is the embroidery. That's the back. And that's the front. Look how pretty. Tomorrow I'll post on Instagram, okay? The image. Look how it's, you know, after, even I've made mistakes and stuff. Yeah, I'm live, Lisa. Hi. When you see the whole picture, it doesn't look, you know. This is the fabric I add to the shirt so then I can, the hoop fits, right? And because I did with, I did it with rayon thread. Look, I just rip, and then is the shirt. And then for this shirt also, I'm gonna do the other side. I'll finish probably after this live, because it's gonna be like, it's this woman with the flowers, and then on the other side is, I'm putting bees, and then this face with the birds, that's my design. Ooh, here. All right. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for participating. That was a lot of fun. And we can do more another time. Thank you, Jane. Thank you, Barbara. Yay. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye. Lisa. Lisa said, I just finished my first machine embroidery and I love it. Oh, that's amazing, Lisa. Awesome. Show us. You're in the group, right? In the Wardrobe School group? Post it there. I'm very happy to hear that. Bye, Lily. Thank you. And if you're watching the replay, thank you. If you have questions, leave a comment and I'll respond later. All right? Bye.